I looked up the Liberty Foundation. Actually, like the first time I looked at the website, saw pictures of Emily, and can't really explain. I was slightly crazed looking at her eyes. That felt very appealing. But she could fit in well here because things are quite crazy here. She came in her in the curry case, and she was a little bit scared. But we sort of set up a bed for her, and I think we encouraged her out of the cage. Maybe after that month, a couple of weeks later, she was on the couch, but she'd just walk around the edges of the couch, like walking around you, like maybe sitting near you but not touching you, and then slowly, leaning against you until she was on our laps. Oh yeah, very affectionate, almost too affectionate.
Really?
If you leave your hand anywhere in the air, the face will come in and stuff. She really just go for it.
Yeah.
Like stealing pats off you. She started being still, and you really get a look at her. Actually, the markings are unbelievable. They're all perfectly symmetrical. It's almost like a tiger. They've got all the stripes going down. Obviously much smaller, but it really is beautiful. Like the fact that she's got a quite unique personality, that is fully formed already. So you're really getting to know her in a way that I think with a kitten you don't necessarily. I think is quite nice. And there's already 5 of us, 6 with the dog here. So the relationships that slowly develop, with everyone is quite nice to watch as well. And she's quite patient with the youngest kid. Knowing that you've given a good home to an animal that really needed it, and it's a nice feeling. It's sort of that, helping out. It's nice to know that you're doing good with a pet. Rehoming cats, and it seems like the right thing to do. She hasn't got to live a cat's life until now, and now she can just be a cat, just be a domestic cat, be a house cat, be part of a family. And I think that's nice to give her that, second act in her life.
I emailed you because I'd read the article about the Liberty Foundation in Sunday paper.
Yeah.
And I thought, what an amazing, seriously an amazing idea. Rehome animals from research. It just says everything, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And so then I went on the site, and this little scrumptious, bumptious thing called Peewee, he's obviously not a little tiny Peewee, appeared, and he had one of those faces that said, he was my little cat, and I was his human, and that was it. He's actually really special. He's an old soul. He's really gentle. He's not like he's so considerate. He knows when you're off colour. He's just lovely. I don't know what it was. It was a face that says, I'm waiting for the right person, and I just thought I could be that, and he's just so gorgeous. To me, I thought he was the most beautiful thing I'd ever seen. When we first came, he thought it was just he had a bit of a cold in his eye and took him to the vet, but it looks like he's got very deep set eyes, and he's just got a bit of an eyelash growing in, so we're going to take him to Sash, and they're just going to take a look at it, and then we're going to see whether it's treatable with just cream on his eye for the rest of the time, or you might have to have just a little operation. But we'll make that decision, whatever's the right thing, whatever the doctor says. And again, that's fine. I don't have an issue with that. It's about, what's right for him, what they say is the right thing to do. But no, he's been really healthy and well. Hair. Lots of hair. Lots of hair. Lots of love. Calming. And he's just so loves seeing you, and he's just lovely character, just having a character around the house. It's just lovely. He was incredibly timid, and he basically he was frightened. He just retreated into the tent, and so I would just spend hours just there with him and just talking to him really gently, just saying you're beautiful, all those silly things that you do to just try and calm him. And he didn't seem upset, but he was just it was a completely new environment. And there was space, I suppose, a bigger space than he'd been used to. And it took about a month, him underneath the sofa downstairs. We've got in like the rumpus room downstairs. And then I'd managed to, because food is always the king, the conqueror with this thing, we managed to get him slowly up the stairs, and then we've got a few pictures of him here, and then gradually, then he would retreat back downstairs. And then it probably took about 6 to 7 weeks after that, the one night, then he came and just very timidly came and sat on me, and then that was it. You know, that was it. He realised he was safe and it was his home.